Hi, this is Petra Lewis. I want to tell you about 5 educational tools I love and I use all the time. This is a bit of a teaser video because I'm not going to go into great detail about how to use any of these apps. Some of them will be the subject of further videos. The first one is Snagit from TechSmith. I use this literally every day, multiple times a day. To my mind, this is the best screen capture software out there. The best software I found for quick and easy image editing and annotation. I also use it for video capture if I'm wanting to just make a really short video, particularly one that involves how to use software or navigate a website and so on. You can do some pretty basic video editing in it. It will make GIFs quite nicely that you can paste into PowerPoint and other things, and there are versions for both the PC and the Mac. Here's just an example of a Snagit screen. You can see here that I've just been doing some quick annotations of areas on an ultrasound here. Here's my other Snagits down the bottom, and there's a bunch of different tools that you can use to do different effects. It really is fabulous software. And you can add these different images together just by dragging and dropping very easily. Snagit costs about $30 for educators. The second software is Explainedu, which comes from Explain Everywhere, and that's actually the software that I'm using to record this video, and I use it to record most of my videos that are PowerPoint based. You can use this to record any type of slide-based talk that you have, but you can also do a bunch more things. You can do annotations on the whiteboard, as you can see in the sort of prior slides and talks. You can easily annotate as you go. It does have quite good little video editing functions in there, so you can clip out sections, you can merge video tracks with other video tracks or other audio tracks and so on. And one of the nice things about it, from my mind, when you're recording a video is you can do it slide by slide. So if you mess something up, you can easily redo that slide, or you can just redo one part of one slide. Explainedu itself is an iOS app. It's about $15, but they do have a somewhat more expensive subscription version. I think for an educator, it's about $25 a year that runs on the web and Android and includes cloud backup of your lectures. So here's a screenshot from my iPad when I'm using Explainedu. And what I'm doing here is I'm annotating on the top of a movie that I already have that I've just pasted into the app. And you can see here that there are separate time bars for annotations and for speech. And you can edit those, as I said. There's a bunch of different editing tools here, a bunch of different annotation tools. Very flexible, very nice. Highly recommend it. My third one is Siri. Siri does a bunch of different things, including video recording, but what I mostly use it for is for screencasting. So I will connect my iPad to my laptop wirelessly. Using the Siri app, I can walk around the classroom, I can annotate my lectures live. Effectively, what you do is you control your computer using your iPad, so you can have anything you want up on your computer. You could be showing Excel spreadsheets. It doesn't have to be a PowerPoint talk. And one of the things I really use it for is my learners can also connect to the same app. So their annotations on the images I'm showing will show up on the screen. I can ask one student to annotate, find something. I can ask another student to. I can have my own iPad and just sort of do a master control and rub their things out or add my own annotations. It has versions for the PC, the Mac, and the iPad. You connect your iPad to your laptop using either Apple Talk or Bonjour if you have an iPad, or if you have a if you have a Mac or if you have a PC, then you will use Miracast. Depending on the security setup at your institution, sometimes it won't let it connect direct. If this is so, there are ways around this, and you can use, for example, your iPhone as a hotspot, and then that works just fine. So coming back to that screenshot of me giving a talk, this chap down here has his own iPad, and he is the one who's doing the screen annotations while I explain. And I often in the classroom, I just have 2 iPads, one I have and one that is handed around the students to save confusion. The desktop version of this costs about $30. My fourth app is something called ScreenBrush. This is a Mac application, and it just allows you to annotate on your screen in the middle of you doing a talk, or showing any other application that you have running or any other website that you have running on your laptop. And so this does it live during lectures. It's very quick and easy. It doesn't require an extra tablet or something to connect to it, but you do have the disadvantages that you're using the laptop to be able to, the laptop touchpad to be able to annotate, as opposed to using your finger on an iPad, which is a little bit trickier. Has some nice functions, like the annotation will fade out after a few seconds, so you don't have to worry about rubbing it out. It's very quick to just turn it on and off. On my setup, it's just an Option tab to do it. So Option tab will bring up this little panel that you see here that you use for your controls. You can then do your annotations. I said you can do different colors, you can fade them. There's even a little magnifier glass that you can bring up to zoom up on an area, which is very nice. I tried to do a screenshot of that and I couldn't get it to screenshot. I think this is $4 for the Pro version. And then my final app that I love and use all the time is called Book Widgets. This is a little bit more expensive. It costs about $50 a year for a teacher. And what it does is allows you to develop an unlimited number of little interactive widgets in many, many different forms that can use either standalone through a web link or through a QR code, or you can incorporate into ebooks, or you can incorporate into other more complex workbook type widgets. This has PC versions, Mac versions, webs, and then you can view these on tablets, iPhones, as well as laptops. These are an example of some of the about 40 different types of widgets that you can make. I don't use all of them, but some of these I've found have been particularly nice. This webcast will make a nice worksheet. I use these slidable left-right images with hotspots on, the image carousel. I paste in little YouTube links, etc. I use those a whole bunch. And here's an example of one of the hotspot widgets. I see what I have here is I have an ultrasound and a CT of the great vessels with them labeled. You click on these little blue hotspots and it will come up with the labels for both. And that's part of a module in fetal morphology. If you'd like to see more, and if you want to use the 150 or so widgets that I have made for both students and residents in radiology, then please just flash this QR code and it'll take you to the site and have fun. Thank you very much for listening.